So, let me preface this climb before I start it. Last night, I started the climb for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic from Battalion 47 into 279, the Happy Hookers out of Brooklyn, and I ended up getting a fire call. So I got to the 35th floor, so now I'm going to go from the 35th to the 110. This is his 110 completion for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic of the FDNY. That's why it says it's going from 35 to the 110. So I got 75 floors to get him to the top. All right, so here we go with that first vertical for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. The continuation of this climb is dedicated to the FDNY, to his wife Cynthia, and his sons Matthew and Peter, to Battalion 47 and into 279, ladder 131 out of Brooklyn, the Happy Hookers. I'm going to continue this climb and take him all the way to the top. This is his 110. So Lieutenant Anthony Jovic was working on studying for the captain's exam when he wasn't taking his sons to swim meets where he videotaped the swim meets. It said they also played bowling and mini golf and swam in their backyard pool. A loving father and husband, our brother, made that ultimate sacrifice on 9/11 so that others could live. This is given in honor and respect, finishing the 110 floors. For Lieutenant Anthony Jovic, he and his wife, both of Croatian descent, met one another. I believe it said he worked at a butcher shop and she worked at a deli. And he took her on a date, which he went and had time to spend with the parents. And to them, it was love at first sight. Cynthia, your husband, will not be forgotten. To the sons Matthew and Peter, he will never be forgotten. His story will carry on through your all's legacy. Finishing his climb, finishing his footsteps, working the South Tower up to the 110. Carrying him there now. Of Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. Battalion 47, but on 9/11, he was working off of engine 279 out of Brooklyn, housed with ladder 131, the Happy Hookers. So right now, we're going vertical in his honor and memory. This is him right here. Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. Lieutenant Jovic, from what I understand and I was reading, had over 12 years on the job and a 16-year marriage to Cynthia. He was supposed to test for captain the following October. This is with honor and respect. For Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. We're going to the vertical right now. Continuation of last night's climb, but we're getting him there. Our brother who made that ultimate sacrifice so that others could live, we climbed, carrying him to the 110, symbolic top of the towers. And right now I'm carrying him there with me in his 343 commitment and still counting climb. One thing that Lieutenant Jovic was known for, which was said to predate videotapes, was his caring for brothers who lost their life in the line of duty. He was known for putting up the brass plaques inside the stations for those. One specific that came to mind was the firefighter Eugene Caffrey, who died in the line of duty in 1921. It was said that Lieutenant Jovic's brass plaque would be brought up the following year. This is with honor and respect. Going to the top. For Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. Left behind his wife Cynthia and sons Matthew and Peter. And right now, he's been carried to the 110. I'm just a vessel carrying him up. This is all about our brothers. And those still counting once the initial 343 climbs have been completed. And we're pushing them up right now. Working on 75 floors left of his climb last night. After getting the tone out, had to start again this morning. But he's going vertical. That's all that's important. Gonna finish this climb like all the rest. For Lieutenant Anthony Jovic, his wife Cynthia, sons Matthew and Peter, the FDNY, the Happy Hookers out of Brooklyn, into 279, Plot of 131. He will not be forgotten. He's being carried up as we speak. Pushing him to the top. On this really warm morning. All right, almost 40 floors now, 75 left. So down to 35 for this memorial climb for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. From the 35 I got before the fire tone out last night. So for those not familiar, the 343 commitment is climbing 110 stories for each and every brother lost on 9/11. So that's 343 110 story climbs. This climb is given with honor and respect to keep our brother's legacy alive. So we're going to finish that 110. My brother had over a decade of service to the citizens of New York. After he hit lieutenant, it said he started studying for captain when he wasn't spending his free time with his family. Lieutenant Jovic couldn't take a day without calling his wife, Cynthia, and sons Matthew and Peter, telling him he loved them a whole lot, very often during the day. This is finishing his footsteps in the South Tower, carrying him all the way to the 110. With honor and respect, we go vertical. It's not about me, it's about them. And right now, the climb is for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. So we're just about the 50th floor now. Of this second part of the climb for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. On this really warm morning in Sunland Park, New Mexico, we're going vertical for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. Getting him to the top, finishing his footsteps as they were given in the greatest rescue effort in U.S. history on the back of the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil. This is his 110, part 2. Going there now. Top of the tower for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. Said he was assigned Battalion 47. Worked off of into 279. That's housed with Ladder 131. Out of Brooklyn, the Happy Hookers. Going to that vertical. Pushing them all the way up. To that top of the tower. Cynthia, Matthew, and Peter, he will never be forgotten. Going vertical. All right, last rest. One more vertical. And we'll be shortly to the top of what will be completed as the 110 for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. Pushing him all the way to finish this climb. Going to that top, taking the vertical. 61 floors in. Almost there. Gotta get to 75 to finish this climb. Going up. Here goes that last vertical for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. Taking him all the way to the top on this second climb to finish this 110 floors. And now we're coming up on 10 floors away. Pushing him vertical. Finishing his climb. Going up right now. Finishing this last vertical and a few floors to complete the 75 floors, which will complete the 110 started last night for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. In honor and memory, we climb. Taking them all the way there. On this nice, warm morning in New Mexico. Down to the last 5 floors to finish out. Started last night, got a fire call, finishing this morning for Lieutenant Anthony Jovic. Battalion 47, we worked off into 279, out of Brooklyn, housed with Ladder 131, also known as the Happy Hookers. Finishing his vertical, taking those footsteps at the top. 3 floors to get there, and he's gone 110. Going there now, 2 floors left till our brother reaches the top. Finishing his 75 floors required to make the 110. Getting him there. Pushing it all the way up. Last floor of this 110 completion climb. Going to that vertical. Lieutenant Jovic, between last night and this morning, we reached the top. Rest easy, we got it from here.